Hey guys, this is Stu at PhD Skis. I'm here to show you the basics of how to prep your skis, hand file your edges, and wax your skis at home. The first step is going to be filling any surface scratches that may be on the ski that are not to the core. Surface scratches are filled in with PTX Candle. To do that, we're going to get our propane torch lit. Get your metal scraper in hand. Take the candle, go ahead and start getting it lit. Once you get the candle nice and lit, the key here is to keep the flame blue. If the flame starts to turn red, it means you're getting too much oxygen on the candle and you're going to get carbon in your PTXing. So to keep the flame blue, keep that lit PTX candle close to your metal scraper. Once the candle starts to drip, you can start to fill in whatever PTX scratches you may have. To keep the flame blue while you're PTXing, keep the candle at about a 30-degree angle and relatively close to the ski to limit the amount of oxygen that gets on that PTX candle. You're going to PTX the entire length of your scratch. PTX candle goes back on the metal scraper so it doesn't stick to anything in your shop. Once this PTX is cool to the touch, you can start to remove it. To remove it, you can use a plastic scraper, or if you're skilled with a metal scraper, you can use a metal scraper to remove that extra PTX. If you're not, use a plastic one. The metal one has a tendency to gouge a base if you're too aggressive with it. So we'll use a plastic scraper. Just put the scraper on the ski at about 45-degree angle, and you're going to want to scrape the PTX away from tip to tail. Once you removed all the excess PTX, which you can see right there, and you've completely PTXed all the scratches on your ski, then you're ready to do some hand filing. The flat file, basic 10-inch no bastard ski tuning file. To do your flat file, you're going to start from tip to tail. You're going to give a little bit of even downward pressure on both sides of the file, making long, consistent strokes down the ski. Once you're done with your flat file, you want to read the ski, which is looking at the discoloration of the base material right next to the edge. As you file, when you're creating that bevel, you're going to be removing a little bit of base material right up next to the edge. So what you want to look for is consistent marks on the side of the ski right next to the edge. You want to make sure that they're even on both sides. That way you know that you are putting even pressure on both sides of the file. Once your flat file is done, you can move on to the side file. So you want to turn the ski up on its side, secure the ski with your vise. Once again, grab your 10-inch millibasser file and your 1-degree file guide and your clamp. When you're doing a side file, you always want to make sure that the tang, which is this part of the file, is pointed towards the tip of the ski. That just makes sure that the file will be cutting properly as you're running it down the edge of the ski. To work the file guide, have the file at a slight angle like so. You're going to be pressing this part of the file guide up against the base, and this is going to be the part of the file that's actually doing the cutting. Once again, you go from tip to tail. An easy way to make sure that you are getting a good consistent file on your side file, if you haven't done this before, is to take a black Sharpie and actually color the edge all the way down the ski. When you do that, as you're filing, you're going to watch that black Sharpie disappear. When it's completely disappeared off the entire edge, you know that you've gone from the inside to the outside of the edge evenly. You'll repeat this process on the other edge as well. Once you've flat filed and side filed both edges, now you're ready to wax the ski.